Folks, I'm back here with another classic pro wrestling match from the 1980s, this time March of 89 in Tampa, Florida, as we have a match between Mike Graham and the Latin Heartthrob Al Perez for the PWF Florida Heavyweight Championship. PWF Pro Wrestling from Florida was a offshoot evolution of the old Florida Championship Wrestling territory at Dusty Rhodes uh, took over after he left Jim Crockett Promotions in 1989, and before he went to the World Wrestling Federation later in the year, he, for a few months, ran this company in Florida. So we're going to see Graham, who's of course the son of legendary Florida promoter Eddie Graham, go up against Al Perez. So let's get started. Looks like this is about a 15-minute match. See Al Perez there in the ring, the Latin Heartthrob, and here comes Mike Graham, who is the Florida Heavyweight Champion. Graham, a long-time star in the Florida area. Making his way to the old Battle of the Belts jacket. Battle of the Belts was a big card that was ran on a yearly basis. They received no disqualification in this match for the PWF Florida Heavyweight title. But the Battle of the Belts now an AEW show. It's ran periodically. That was the big yearly show for the Florida territory. Referee is introducing the two combatants. Al Perez would compete all over the world, former world-class champion, had run in Jim Crockett Promotions, managed by Gary Hart. Makes his way to the WWF, where he's mostly used as an enhancement talent. He would kind of fade away from the business after about 1990-91. After that run in the WWF. See Mike Graham with that Florida title. Graham, as I said, the son of Florida promoter Eddie Graham. Top junior heavyweight for years. Wrestle primarily in Florida, but also would compete in WCW, be a road agent there. And we see the match getting ready to start here. So we're in Tampa, Florida for this match, March of '89. No DQ match, but they're doing some wrestling to start. And Graham going to work on the left leg of Al Perez.
Well, if there's any competitor who can wrestle, like it says on the marquee, he's got him right in the middle of the square.
Perez would start his career, early in his career, would compete in Texas, Southwest Championship Wrestling. He would compete there. Had a great look, but for whatever reason, just never seemed to be able to become as big of a star as I think a lot of people anticipated that he would. As I said, he did have that pretty good run in Jim Crockett Promotions in '88, managed by Gary Hart. There he'd feud with Nikita Koloff. He'd leave there and end up here in Florida for time, and then he would go to the WWF later in '89. He'd be there for a while, mostly used as an underneath guy. He would pick up, some wins over some lower card people, but was never given any type of push in the WWF. Man's working on that left leg. That's Perez. Bad way here now. Wow, Perez trying to get out of this hold. And he breaks it. As I mentioned earlier, Graham, later in his career in the mid-90s, would be a road agent for WCW. Oh, man. See Perez missing the knee drop, and Graham going back on the leg. But Graham would get fired, I believe it was in '95. He was the road agent for the infamous King of the Road match between Dustin Rhodes and the Blacktop Bully Barry Darsow, and there was bleeding in that match on pay-per-view, even though they were instructed not to. And all three men were fired. Graham was fired along with Dustin and Darsow.
Including the ankle and the knee. So you get those two joints involved, you've got some serious problems.
Perez getting back in. Maybe no DQ, but apparently there is countouts in this match. The referee was giving the count to Perez. Perez now taking over. There's a fist. Referee warning about it. Once again, if this is a no disqualification match, I'm not sure why the ref is admonishing him.
Mike Graham in trouble here. And Al Perez looking around very confidently.
And Graham turns the favor. And over the top and out to the floor goes Al Perez.
And remember, no disqualification. Anything goes.
And Perez hits the post. During this time that the PWF was in operation, and Dusty Rhodes was the champion there. Graham was the Florida champion, but the PWF heavyweight champion was Dusty Rhodes. I actually got to see Dusty wrestle in person. Once again, I've mentioned in some of the other videos, in Pikeville, Kentucky, he was brought in to main event against Black Bart, and he had that PWF title with him. Packed the house there at the high school gym, and it was something to see Dusty come out. He came out to Bob Seger's Old Time Rock and Roll. Had a pretty good match there. Black Bart. Crowd loved it. Crowd loved Dusty. Of course, Dusty went over Black Bart in that main event of that show. Perez continues to work on Mike Graham here. Scoop and slam. So yeah, PWF was an attempt by Dusty to try to get the Florida territory going again after he was let go by Jim Crockett by WCW by that time. The NWA it had been purchased by Ted Turner. He was let go due to bleeding on TV, which was he was told not to do so by the higher ups there with Turner, and ignored that and was let go. This was his attempt to try to get the Florida territory going again. Unfortunately, it was at this time the territory was really going away, so starting a new one probably wasn't the best idea. Only lasted a few months. Dusty left, headed to the WWF, of course, and had his last big run as a top single star. Polka dots and all, but Sapphire, all that. There'd be some other small promotions over the years in the early 90s to run Florida. I believe IWF was one. Nothing really became as successful as the 80s, or especially early 80s Florida territory. Graham trying to fight up out of this chin lock. Arm drag, and see how Perez pull the hair. Back to the chin lock. Referee asking about it. Once again, if this is an ODQ match, why does it matter if you pull the hair or not?
You know, it was Mr. Graham who wanted that no disqualification rule thrown in there, and when it came down to signing the contract,
not much the ref could really do about it, I wouldn't imagine.
Well, it's an interesting clash of personalities between these
shaking Mike Graham.
Perez, of course, is also
Graham still in it. Trying to get to his feet. I'm not sure where the PWF taped, where this is taped at in Tampa. Be the old Fort Hesterly Armory. I'm not sure. See, now Perez using the ropes for an advantage. Once again, I'm a bit confused by the no disqualification step shown on the graphic. Start the match, but they're working it as a regular match. I'm not understanding the reasoning behind that. If it's no DQ, then Perez could just openly and blatantly cheat and see if the ref's making him break. So I question whether this is a no disqualification match then. That may have been an error.
We're working on that cauliflower ear there, baby.
Have that on the screen.
And it is Mike Graham.
Perez, an atomic drop. Graham returns fire with a fist, and down goes Al Perez.
He took that
Oh, both men go for a kick. It's like Graham with better of that. Graham with the chop. Oops. Perez cross. Nobody home. Graham keeps slugging away. Keeps Perez and gets kicked for his troubles for telegraphing that back body drop. Knee drop by Perez. Goes for a cover. 1, 2, that's it. So Perez going to back to that chin lock.
Graham in trouble now as Perez keeps that rear chin lock solidly in place.
Perez, known as the Latin Heartthrob. He was managed by Gary Hart in both Jim Crockett Promotions as well as World Class. I said he was World Class champion for a while. That was really my first exposure to him, was his run in World Class. Then not long after that, he made his way to the NWA Jim Crockett Promotions. Teamed some with Larry Sabisco there in Crockett. Feuded with Peter Koloff. We've had some chain matches with Koloff. Perez laying the boots to Mike Graham. Standing on his throat. And back to the chin lock.
Look at the intensity on the fans back there. They are up and on, checking them out.
Graham trying to fight up out of this. See some of the crowd there watching the match. Crowd trying to encourage Mike Graham on, get him fired up to respond back to the perpetual chin lock of Al Perez. Perez trying to get Graham back down, and Graham comes back with a back suplex. 1, 2, and he's out. Perez goes to the eyes, I believe. Irish whip. Misses the clothesline. Graham returns, and they both go down. Graham making his way to his feet. And they both go for a drop kick, and they're both down. Referee giving him the count. Both men appear to be up about 3, and Perez to the eyes. Oh, and down goes the ref. See Perez go out. Oh, tries to get a chair, and Fan grabs it away from him. Trying to keep it from Perez. Body slam. Oh, chair right to that. Looks like Graham does have an injured left hand, left wrist. Now Perez is going to work on that. Use the chair on it. Now he's stomping it. Perez continues to work on that left hand. It's obviously injured. Graham with regular eyes. Anything he can do, try to fend off Perez. And over the top goes Al Perez to the floor. Now Graham's outside working on Perez with some fists. Now Al goes to the eyes of Mike Graham and takes that hand into the ring post.
And now Graham is in serious trouble, in my opinion.
Once again, a keen eye for the
Perez continues working on that left hand, left arm. Gets back in. Here's Graham with Irish whip. And Perez now reverses things. Goes work on that arm and hand. One. Trying to get Graham pinned or to submit. Oh, rolls him over. One, two, and three. Perez uses the ropes. Al Perez wins and is your new PWF Florida Heavyweight Champion. Referee didn't see the Perez using the ropes. And Perez is your winner and new champ. And we see the replay here as he rolls him over. Has that arm locked. Rolls him over again. Gets him near the ropes. Bridges back. One, two, uses the ropes. And three to get that extra leverage. And get that victory. So there's your winner. Latin Heartthrob, Al Perez. So interesting little match there. We see a title change. Al Perez wins the Florida title from Mike Graham. Kind of slow-paced match. Used by, the stated stipulation at the start of the match. It was no disqualification, but obviously things were done that would kind of negate that being the case. It's curious to always see these types of matches from these territories we don't hear a lot about. This short-lived PWF promotion out of Florida in 1989. So once again, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. Feel free to comment below, and I'll be back soon with some more classic wrestling action.